Okay, guys, I think that I am up. Let me know if you can see me because there's a little bit of a delay on Instacator and on YouTube. Hey to Brooke and Michael. I'm just going to give a shout out to everyone who's here right now. Hey to Olivia and Vladimir. And I'm so excited that everyone is here for this second installment of Pretty Little Liars chat, where we're going to be talking about last night's episode and really just anything you ever wanted to know or talk about or discuss or whatever about PLL in general. So if you are here on Instacator or you're talking on my channel, just go ahead and say hey, and I will give you a shout out. And I want you guys to ask me questions and to comment and be super interactive because that's what makes this chat so much fun. So if I see any new people in the chat, I will totally say hello to you. All right, so first of all, there were so many things about last night's episode that I thought were really, really interesting. And I was so hoping that we were going to find out what was in that freaking barrel, and we didn't. So I'm going to give you my thoughts about what's in the barrel, and then you let me know what you think's in the barrel. I do not think it's Mona's body. Honestly, I'm hoping it's Paige, and I know those of you who love Paley are going to be like, no, but Paige drove me crazy. But I really think it's probably like an animal or something like that. I just don't think it's a person. So you tell me right now, what do you think is in that barrel? And I will let you guys know, or I'll let everyone know what you guys are saying. Hey to Nancy Baker. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm still waiting on your responses about what's in that barrel. So while we're doing that, gosh, there's so many things going on with the romances on the show. Like Spoby, I mean, come on, they are totally one episode away from breaking up. I mean, things are not going well at all. And Ezria, we find out, is like not doing well at all either. And I think they're totally gonna head for a breakup. And the whole Jashly thing, which is Jason and Ashley, I'm super, super worried for Ashley because Jason's acting a little cray and he's not taking this well and he can't let go. So I want to discuss like what's going on with all of these different romances. So does no one have any thoughts about what's in the barrel? All you have to do is comment whether you're watching on my channel or watching on Instacator, because I totally want to talk about this. And I see Vladimir is on, and I know you probably have some thoughts about what is in the barrel because you're always talking to me on my YouTube channel. So you let me know what you think. So let's talk about Spoby. You know, I can understand where Toby's coming from because he's all detective officer Kavanaugh now, and he wants to do a good job and prove himself on the police force. But at the same time, I do feel like he's being a little ruder than he should be to Spencer. And I know he's concerned that Caleb and Hannah and Spencer are kind of like doing detective work when they shouldn't, and they're going to get themselves in trouble, which is true. But he's kind of being heartless to Spencer, and I feel like he's kind of being the bad guy here. Vladimir thinks that it's a person in that barrel because of Toby and Detective Tanner's reaction. So what I couldn't figure out from last night was, could they really see what was in the barrel? Because it seemed like she opened the barrel and she kind of like smelled something terrible and backed up. And I didn't think that Toby saw it at all. But Spencer asked him like what was in the barrel, and he acted super weird about it, kind of like he knew. So, you know, maybe it is a person. It would be way more interesting for the show if it were a person and not like an animal or just some nasty something. I mean, it would be better if it were a person. But Vladimir, do you think that it is Mona, or anyone else do you think it is Mona? Because I don't think it is. I think Mona is like in a body of water somewhere. Jennifer, I believe is your name on my YouTube channel, says she would love it if Paige was in the barrel. And yes, girl, I'm totally with you here because I'm hoping for that. You know, a lot of people were commenting on my video last week saying that Paige is not answering her texts and she's like pretty much disappeared. And I know she wanted some space from Emily, but that's kind of not like her. And people are really thinking that something bad has happened to her. I don't really know what the motivation would be behind killing her. Well, I guess to make Em really upset. But they already killed Maya. So it's like, are we going to kill every girlfriend? I don't know. Hey, what's up, Dime? Dime says someone's remains. Yeah, I mean, a lot of you think it's actually a person, and maybe it is. At this point, I'm kind of hoping that it is. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I really am hoping they're going to tell us next episode. And a lot of people were thinking Holbrook was in that barrel, but we saw him in the previews, and I knew that he was going to be in the next episode, 18. So it's not Holbrook, which that wouldn't have made me sad either because Holbrook is weird. But they keep thinking that Holbrook and Allie are in on this whole plot that they killed Mona. Absolutely not. That's way too easy. I don't think either of them killed Mona. I don't think they conspired. I just think he's super shady, and we know Allie's got a lot of issues, but I don't think they killed her. That's just way too obvious. Vladimir is saying that she thinks that it is Paige or Mona, so possibly. Hey, Emily, what's up? Something very gross is in that barrel. Totes. I totally agree with you. Obviously, it smells absolutely nasty. They have to bring the hazmat team in to figure out what's in the barrel, so it's not going to be pretty. It's just not going to be pretty. So, you know, I've been wondering about Talia, and I'm still wondering about her because, let me be honest, I don't really trust the girl, but I was wondering, like, is she into Ezra or is she into Emily or what's up with that? And I started thinking that she was into M last week, and then it turns out, like, she confesses to that in last night's episode. So it looks like another romance, and I want to know, like, do you guys ship Talia and Emily? I don't even know what like a good name for them would be. If you can think of a good name with their names together, you let me know because I haven't thought of one yet. But it looks like they're totally headed for relationship land. And it seems like Emily just moves from girlfriend to girlfriend. Like she doesn't even take time to get over the other person. So it's kind of weird. Vladimir's saying that there have been 2 filler episodes in a row. So the person's probably in that barrel. So yeah, we haven't had any like big reveal. You're totally right there. So it is time for something huge to happen. So I hope that in episode 18, we find out who or what is in that barrel. And I hope that it's something interesting. Vladimir does not ship them. Talia and Emily, she's calling them Tamily. Someone else commented that they think that Mona is in the barrel. And just remember, if you're on Instacator talking to me, that is so awesome. But if you haven't registered, like put your name in your comment so I can give you credit for whatever you say. Bilbo is saying that maybe Mona has a triplet. Now, I have gotten several comments on my videos about a triplet theory, which is new to me because we've heard the twin theory forever and ever and ever. But a lot of people are thinking that like Allie and Cece and Jason are triplets, and I've heard other combinations. Do you subscribe to this triplet theory? If so, who do you think are the triplets? Because I'm kind of buying into it. I think this is totally a possibility. Bilbo says that Mona was their fave, and I have said before, Mona was not my fave, but I think Janelle did such an excellent job playing that character that it makes me sad that Mona's not around because I feel like she was a little bit of spice to the show that we're missing now. And they kept saying she would be in a lot of flashbacks, but I haven't seen her in a lot since like the Christmas one. Dime actually loves Talia and M. Honestly, I like Talia better than Paige. I think Talia is really pretty, but I am kind of concerned when any new person just kind of shows up and just immediately attaches themselves to the liars or one of the liars. Because, you always have to wonder, like, is this a setup? Do they want to get close to M to get info or to set her up or do bad things to her? So I can't trust her, just like I can't trust Johnny, who didn't appear in last night's episode. Johnny, who's trying to get close to Spencer. Something's not right with him. I think he's less trustworthy than Talia. So, Angela, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. What's up? Angela hates M's dating choices. Yeah, honestly, I was not a Maya fan either. To be completely honest, Maya drove me crazier than Paige. So, I mean, Talia to me is the best of these 3 people, but at the same time, I can't, like I said, I just can't trust her completely yet. I don't think I could ever trust Maya. I still to this day think she's shady. She moved into Allie's old house. Something about her I think is going to come back out that's not right. And a lot of people think she's not even dead. Dime says if triplets are brought in, then, he's not going to watch anymore. So I feel ya. There's so many different things going on with the show. And to be honest, I think the Jashley storyline is pretty ridiculous. But I will tell you guys that I got the most awesome theory on my video from last week on my YouTube channel that someone, you know how the show always tries to throw in Alfred Hitchcock references. And I will be honest and say I haven't seen a lot of Hitchcock movies, but Psycho is a Hitchcock movie. And this person commented on my video that they think Jason is like bipolar and is crazy. And they think Jason killed Mona. And they think Jason's going to kill Ashley next. And I don't know. The way they described it, I was like, yes, I think this is real. Holbrook is a lame name, says somebody. Well, it's a last name. I guess you're familiar with the show, but this is the guy's last name. What is Holbrook's first name? Why am I forgetting that? Olivia says that, yes, I saw this on Facebook today on the PLL Facebook page. Keegan Allen, who plays Toby, said that everyone knows who A is. He said this on the, you can check this out on the PLL Facebook page. He says that if you went back to season 1 and knew who A was, you would say, oh, it's been there all along. And Marlene has said that A is in the very first episode of the show, like season 1, episode 1. So, you know, it's not going to be someone like Talia or Johnny. Okay. I think most of us know that. But if you're new to the show or got in late on the show, it's somebody from the beginning. That's why I always was with the Ezra theory, because Ezra has like a really prominent role in the first episode. I'm getting some more nicknames for the shipping, the relationship of Talia and Emily. Tamily, I like that. I think Vladimir may have mentioned that earlier. Amelia, I like that. That's cute. I totally think this is going to happen. I think that relationship's totally going to happen. Dime is saying that Toby tweeted that it's obvious who A is. Yes, that's kind of what we were talking about. So if you follow Keegan on Twitter, or if you, obviously you probably follow PLL on Facebook, there is that information there. Detective Yummy's first name is Gabriel, says Angela. I know. How are you, Angela? We haven't talked in forever. So you mean Holbrook's first name is Gabriel? Where have I been? Because I don't ever remember hearing that. Angela's also got some more info here. So at the end last night, all the evidence was locked in a room that had Spencer, Emily, and Arya's fingerprints. Yeah, that was something interesting at the very, very end when we had like that little A scene that we get sometimes. There were fingerprints everywhere. Then we saw the bloody clothes and like cell phone case. So it looked like of Mona's. So yeah, I mean, it looks like the girls are being framed for Mona's murder, which honestly, it's getting pretty old that someone is always framed for somebody's murder on this show. I mean, I'm kind of getting tired of that, to be completely honest. Let's see if we have any new shipping names. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out a great name for Talia and Emily. So let me know if you come up with one. So what do you guys think about the fact that Arya was accepted to Talmadge after she wrote the crazy letter to Jackie? Because I'm surprised. I mean, it looked like she had been sabotaged with all these other schools, and Jackie seems to think she's crazy, which she did act crazy by writing that letter. So now she's in Talmadge, and she lets Ezra know she wrote that letter. And at first he's like, yeah, okay. But I knew that wasn't going to last. And so when he actually sits down and reads the letter, he's like, no, because, it wasn't very nice to him in their relationship. And now he's all like, if we stay together, if this, if that. So I don't know. I think they haven't really been good for a while. Like ever since everyone thought he was A, and then she found his cabin and all his weird stuff and all his cameras. I just feel like the dynamic with him hasn't been that good, even though they kind of made up. So I could totally see them breaking up. What do you guys think? Do you think that do you think Ezria is going to fall apart? Because I totally do. Dime is saying that the ratings have dropped. I haven't heard that, but I really have liked season 5 because Allie has had such a prominent role in season 5, and I think that she's awesome. And I think Sasha does a really good job of playing her. And I think there have been some seasons, honestly, which bored me to tears. And I really didn't look forward to the next episode. But a lot has been going on in season 5. And I think with the next 2 seasons, we're just going to have way more going on because they have so many things to wrap up. Now, whether they actually wrap all these different loose ends up, I don't know. I could see them not doing that. But they told us, or Marlene is saying that we are supposed to know, and I think it's next season we're supposed to find out who A is, or at least that's what she's saying. So that would be awesome. So we don't have to wait till like the very, very last episode of the entire series. Hey, Eva. I see that Eva is joining us. Thanks for joining us here again. So Angela's saying that Uber A didn't come to her till season 2, so Toby's tweet is confusing. As always, every time someone talks about anything who's related to the show, there's always like double and triple meanings. Angela says maybe everything just fits, or maybe she lied again. Yeah, and I think I mentioned last week, or I've mentioned on my YouTube videos, that Marlene has lied about stuff, and people want to argue with me like, oh, no, 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 she wouldn't do that. Yeah, she said Ezra was A, and she was like, she totally meant it, and then she took it back. So I also do not trust anything she says, so who knows? So yeah, the Uber A, like, a lot of people think that's Ren, but if someone's parent is not involved in this, and I always thought that Arya's dad was involved because he is so shady. If someone's parent's not involved in this A team, or they're not Uber A, I will be so surprised, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on that if they come out and say like it's all kids doing this, just logistically, it doesn't make sense for some of the things that A has pulled off, that it was all like high school people or people just right out of high school. Eva is saying they're over. Did they break up? Did they break up last night? I thought they were just kind of like, if we break up. Okay. I mean, I watched it twice, but who knows? Maybe I fell asleep during that little part. Let me see. So Olivia is saying that I think that, or she thinks that Toby wouldn't be so hesitant to tell Spencer what was in the barrel if it was just an animal or something. Yeah, you know, it really seemed like at the end of the show that he knew what was in the barrel, and he didn't want to tell her to, like, because he didn't want to upset her. Either that, or he didn't want to tell her because if he did, she might freak out or like do more detective work, or get Hannah and Caleb to do more detective work, and he's just kind of over that, and he doesn't want them to get themselves in trouble more. And I really think like he has their best interests at heart here, but he's kind of callous about it, so he's kind of bugging me, to be honest, in these last few episodes. So I guess they broke up. Everybody's telling me that Ezra, like, where have I been? Like, how did I miss that Ezra and Arya broke up? Did they actually say we broke up? Have I been sleeping? I feel terrible. I feel like I've been slacking on my PLL job. Vladimir also saying that Ren is not A. I felt like that was always pretty obvious. I had somebody like send me 3 or 4 messages on one of my videos just saying like why Ren has to be Uber A, and like giving me a lot of good points about it, a lot of good theories, and I was kind of disagreeing with them, and they would come back with something else, and it really makes me think. But the way that this show has been going, there's so many people who could be A, and that's totally how they want it, because that's why it's so hard to figure out. If it was so easy to figure out, we might not tune in every week. We wouldn't like be making YouTube videos about it and stalking the Twitter and Facebook feeds. Yeah, Allie, Vladimir saying Allie will be let free now that Hannah is being framed for Mona's murder. Probably. Do you guys think that Allie is behind all of this framing of Hannah? Caleb did say that he corrupted the files so that Hannah's name is no longer on that renter's agreement. But you know how A is. A finds out everything. So I can't believe that that won't come back out somewhere. Let me see. I got a lot of comments here on Facebook, and they're going fast. Let's see. So Eva's saying we're probably going to find out who A is in the series finale. Well, I mean, Marlene claims it's going to be before the entire show finale. I'm not sure what you're meaning there, Eva, but that's what she says. Yeah, Nancy's saying we'll find out who A is in the beginning of the 7th season. So I think we will supposedly find out who A is before the very last episode of the show. Angela's asking, do you think we'll get an A-team reveal in 5 finale, like the one doing all the legwork, second in command, and we shall see who Uber A is in season 6? I wish they would like give us some little clue about somebody here instead of stringing us along. I mean, if they could just confirm. What I worry about is that they say at the end of season 5, like, guess what, guys? Ren is on the A team. And then at the beginning of season 6, they're like, oh, no, he was just really, playing under, whatever excuse like they've given to Toby and Ezra. Like, no, he was just insane for a minute. He was insane for a minute. He thought he was on the A team, but he's not really on the A team. Like, I'm sick of that. Like, I can't take one more fake A person. So that would be awesome. Eva's saying that Hannah's dad is A because the Marins keep getting framed. Well, he definitely doesn't like Ashley, but he's totally been out of the picture for so long that I haven't thought about him. That's interesting, though. Marlene and the writers are suspect, according to Dime. I respect them, but, stuff doesn't connect all the time. They haven't answered questions from seasons 1, 2, and 3. I totally agree with you, and I don't know what is up with that, because there's so many things. I really think there are so many things that we will never find out. Like, they're going to leave so many loose ends, and that honestly kind of drives me nuts. Someone over on Instigator saying that they think that Ezra will get back together. So I don't know at this point because they've already had some issues and they've been broken up and then they get back together. And I would kind of like to see her be with someone else. As much as I used to love them together, it would be nice if she was, with someone else, not Jake, because unless he comes back, but maybe somebody else that would be not as shady and maybe more her age. I think that would be cool. Let me check my YouTube messages over here. Yeah, Angela's like, they never answer a thing. Eva says she doesn't trust Marlene anymore. I totally feel you guys on that. Brooke on YouTube is saying that Mike is hiding something. Yeah, I have always felt that Mike was super shady. And he's not in the show a lot. Well, not every episode, but his whole reaction to Mona's death was just off. And the whole thing about A having his phone was very strange. And he has a lot of anger issues and he's got, he seems troubled like all the time. And sometimes I wonder if that Mona relationship was a setup, like to get close to her, to get info from her, to watch her, because maybe he murdered Mona or maybe he helped the person who did. I think that we really need to spend some time right now and talk about Jashley. Because I want to know what you guys think here, because I think everyone pretty much thought that Jason was just using Ashley when they hooked up and that he didn't really care about her and he had an ulterior motive and he wanted her to stay in town and stay at the job. And now he's acting kind of crazy. She's told him like she's engaged or going to accept an engagement, and he's still trying, he's still kissing her. He, doesn't want to let go, and he's acting like she, like she really means something to him. So do you guys believe that he truly cares for her, or is this some kind of setup? Or do you believe, like that person said on my video, that he is going to kill her, like he's psycho, like he killed Mona? I don't know. Olivia wants to know where Jenna has been. She's not dead, right? That's a really good question. She has been missing for a while. What is the explanation for that? Has the show given an explanation about where Jenna is? Because they probably did, and I just can't remember because people disappear. Melissa and Ren are in London, right? So for some reason, I thought Jenna was there with them, but she's probably not. And she's blind again, correct? Okay, we have to keep all these stories straight. There's just so much going on. Vladimir saying that Jason loved Ashley and that Emily might be A and maybe Jenna is in the barrel. Well, Jenna being in the barrel will be like a huge surprise because we haven't seen or heard from her in so long. I don't know if Jason loved Ashley. I mean, has anyone ever really trusted Jason? Because I haven't. So I don't know. I feel like he's playing her. Angela says, Jashley, swoon. Any excuse for Jason to have screen time? Yes, screen time. I love looking at Jason, so it's been really nice to have him have such a big role in this half of season 5. And if he turns out to be crazy, whatevs, like I can deal with it. But yeah, like if he's going to stalk Ashley and whatever, I think that would be kind of interesting, because if he's in love with her, honestly, that whole cougar storyline is lame. And I really don't know where they're going with that. If that's the whole point of this, is to be like, well, he was in love with her. Okay, but here's the big thing. If he's really in love with her, I mean, the fact that she's decided not to tell Ted, well, Ted's going to find out. I don't think that engagement/marriage, the engagement could happen, the marriage won't, because Ted's going to find out that she chose not to tell him. And you know how Ashley has always done stuff, and A always makes sure people find out about it, like when she took the money from the bank and everything. She's always doing some shady stuff, and A is always after her. And I think that's a big clue. Like, she is one parent who A pretty much stalks. And have any other parents been harassed by A? So what does that mean? There is something seriously important about that. Vladimir saying, I would say Emily is A because no one would really suspect it. Yeah. I mean, at this point, anyone could freaking be A. It's just too much. Really? Dime is saying everyone forgets that Jenna is a perv. How so? I mean, I probably have seen it and I don't remember. Eva's saying her family moved to New York. So I totally forgot that. Did Jenna move to New York with her family? I totally don't remember that. Jennifer saying, not sure about Jason, but I don't trust him. I'm with you, Jennifer. I do not trust him. Never have. Dime saying that people just disappear on the show, then come back. They really do. It's really annoying. Is Aria's dad like teaching in New York or something? I think that's where he is. So where's her mom at this point? Because she broke off the engagement with that one guy. I mean, where are all these people? Is Emily's dad like still in the army? Where's Emily's mom? She moved somewhere. I mean, how can anyone keep this straight? And I watch these episodes like over and over and over, but this is what we're talking about, PLL. Like there's so many loose ends here. And I think like you're never going to wrap all of them up. There's just no way. Have you even kept up with what you're doing, Marlene? I don't know. Dime's asking, do you think Allie really blinded Jenna? No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, Jenna raped Toby. I totally forgot about that, Dime. Thank you. Yeah, she's scandalous. No, I don't know what to think about Allie and the Jenna thing. I don't know. Maybe because honestly, Allie was pretty evil, but I don't think that makes her A. Guys, if Allie ends up being A, if it's like Allie and her twin being A, I'm going to be so like done with this show. Of course, it'll almost, well, no, we'll have some more time. Season 7, if we find that out. But like, that's just way too obvious. Please do not make it like the books. Eva's saying we've never seen Jenna's parents. No, we haven't. I have never seen them. Let me check over to Instigator. I see Vladimir is on both platforms. That is awesome. Oh yeah, Ella got attacked by the bees. Ella is Arya's mom. Was that the last time we saw her? Because I feel like we've seen her past the bee attack. Oh, you're telling me that someone has been stalked by A. You're right. So A set up the bees in like her SUV, but doesn't it seem like Ashley gets picked on more than anybody else's parent? And if you can think of some other examples of parents who were harassed or hurt by A, let me know. But Vladimir, that's a really good point about Ella and the bees that I had kind of forgotten about. Yeah, Dime's like, I liked Ella, but those bees were hilarious. I gotta tell you, it did crack me up. That whole scene was so funny. Hugs and Heart, do you think Lucas can be A or even killed Mona since they were kind of a team? Lucas, never trusted him. And he's disappeared again. And I've always thought that he was actually on the A team. He's smart too because he has like tech skills. So I really, honestly, I'm going to have to put my vote in for Lucas being on the A team. Why? Because he was bullied forever and girls made fun of him. And he had a lot of ammo to be on the A team. I don't know if he murdered Mona, but I think he's on the A team. What do you guys think? Let's see. Angela's saying if Allie and her twin are A, it will be a huge cop-out. Totally agree. And that will just prove to me that the writers have been like spinning in circles. They didn't really even know what they were doing, or maybe they planned on making it like the books the whole time. Then they lied that it wasn't going to be about the books. Then they tried to spin us in a million different directions so that we would stay hooked into the show. And that's what I worry about sometimes. I worry that they throw out all these crazy theories and like throw out all these like, what if it's this person? What if it's that person? Just to keep us hooked in, when all along it's going to be like the most obvious person ever who is A. And I'll just want to like throw something at my TV because a lot of other shows have done that. And that makes me mad. Nancy's saying that A drove a car through Emily's house. Yeah, that is right. But I feel like that was like trying to retaliate against Emily, not so much her family. Of course, it totally affected her family, but I don't know. Eva's saying that Allie still has a heart. Did you not see the bonus scene? She was framed. Yeah, like I've said, I don't think that Allie, honestly, I think Allie is okay. I don't think she's a murderer. I think she had some issues. I do think she bullied people, but I'm hoping that she's not on the A team or that she's not A. I still have hope for her, but with the show sometimes I don't have hope for because they scare me about things they say and things they do. Eva's saying that she thought Lucas died and then he came back. I don't know. I don't remember that. I thought he was like really in like the summer, like he was really in with Mona and trying to help her hack things. And I thought we were like seeing him a lot. Emily's mom got framed by A and the social workers. Yeah, Vladimir's saying that. Yeah, that's right. So I've forgotten some things. You're right. I just still feel like Ashley is like the main parent target, but other people have definitely been affected. Olivia saying when A sent Ella the letter about Byron's affair with Meredith. Okay, that's another really, really good point. So I guess it's not just Ashley, but maybe it's just Ashley's more shady, although Byron has been so super shady. So we have just a couple of minutes left in the chat because it's 6:28, so we should wrap up around 6:30, but if you still have questions, I can go a little over that. So anything you want to talk about, just go ahead and get those questions in now on YouTube and Instigator, and I will try to get everyone who, makes a comment in the next few minutes. Hugs and Heart is asking, do you think they will bring back NAT? I hope so, because I've talked a lot about the NAT club, and I think it's one of the big clues to the A team. And so many people are connected to that, like the older crowd, like the Ezra, Jason, that kind of crowd. And I've always thought that was a big piece of the A team puzzle. But if they kind of just blow that off, then that'll be disappointing too, because they played it up so many times. If they forget about it, that will really annoy me. Yeah, Vladimir saying Ashley is the main parent target. She got arrested. Definitely. And I just remember the whole thing about when she took the money, and then wasn't it found in like the box of pasta with the note? I don't know. I just feel like Ashley makes a lot of really bad decisions, especially when it comes to men and hooking up with men on the show who get her in trouble. And I kind of like Ashley. Like, it's easy to like her, but at the same time, I just worry for her. I think things are going to get really bad for her because she's not telling the truth to Ted, and because Jason seems to be almost stalkerish at this point. He's kind of scaring me. So I'm getting a few questions in. It's 6:30, at least on my computer. Somehow last week I got the times all confused, but hopefully that's what time it is. So I'll try to answer a few more. Eva is saying, didn't someone in the cast say that Mona was the original A, and then they changed it in season 3? I don't know. I don't remember that, but that's pretty lame. I hope they don't. I mean, I think she was like one of the A's, and I think this also happened in the books. So I thought that was super, super lame because they tried to say she wasn't, and then it turned out she was. So I really don't know. Dime is saying, I think Mr. Montgomery hit Allie upside the head, or Bethany thinking it was Allie. Yeah, I thought about that before, but now I'm thinking it was Jason who hit Allie or Bethany or whoever went into that grave. Eva's saying the Nat Club needs a therapist. Yeah, I mean, they have some serious issues here. Okay, guys, I just want to thank you so much for being part of my second ever live PLL chat and for all the questions and comments. I love it. I am getting ready to film my video, which will be the overview of the entire episode from last night, including I will name my subscriber of the week, and I will go really in depth about all the things we've been talking about tonight. So that should be up later tonight, so be sure to come back to my channel and check that out. And also just come back here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, because this is where we will be chatting every time about the previous night's episode, because I just think it's so much fun to talk to you guys. There's a few last minute questions / comments coming in. Eva's, well, I already talked about Eva's. Vladimir saying that Dr. Sullivan is Paige's mom. That's interesting. I haven't thought about Dr. Sullivan in a while because that's another person who's totally disappeared. But yeah, I don't think we ever saw Paige's parents. And the fact that she just totally disappeared to California because her parents were scared for her was really shady in my opinion. Okay, one last call for questions. I think that is all we have time for. And this time I'm actually going to try to log out of this session and not leave some craziness up. I apologize for anyone who saw that last week. But bye, guys. It's been so much fun. I hope to see you next week. And also, like later tonight in a couple hours, this live show will be up on my channel as well. So you can go back and watch it taped, obviously, if you got in on like half of it. If you missed anything, you can watch the entire thing. So this is me trying to stop this broadcast. So thank you again so much, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.